The presentation of the colors is brought to you by the United States Coast Guard.
Chief's mess, attend, hut!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
St. Paul's, if they get a win tonight and next week, it'll be 13 straight years in the playoffs. The Blount Leopards, on the other hand, missed the playoffs last year. They need to win their final three if they want to advance to the postseason. It's a 6A Region 1 matchup tonight here at Delaney Stadium. The Leopards and the Saints coming up next.
This is Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals, presented by Sonic.
Now, the atmosphere between the lines here tonight should feel like a playoff game, as both Blount and St. Paul's need to win this game here tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. If Blount wins their final three, they are in. If St. Paul's wins tonight and next week, they would get the fourth spot coming out of 6A Region 1. Good evening from Delaney Stadium. I'm Jim Cox. My partner is always Dan Brennan. And whatever team does get into the playoffs, they'll be pretty battle-tested when week number one of the postseason rolls around.
There's no doubt about that. And these two are battling for that fourth slot, so they'll have a tough playoff assignment if and when they get in. But this is essentially a playoff game for both these programs. They know it. They know each other. Time to get it on.
Blount's really had trouble scoring all year long, just twice more than 6 points in a game. They're really banged up front, so much so taking one of the best players from the defensive side and going to move him over onto offense as well tonight.
Let's talk about him as a defensive player, though. Kevin Norwood, penetrator, tough to move, tough at the point of attack. He's one of the better defensive linemen you're going to see this year. So Norwood helping out on offense this week out of necessity. They need to be able to run the football a little bit and get something going on offense. That's why Kevin Norwood is also going to play basically both ways.
Yeah, and he's going to have to be a force on the defensive side, because if St. Paul's is going to have any success here tonight offensively, it's going to be on the ground. I mean, they're not going to throw it all around the yard tonight. Yeah. They're going to run the football, right?
They've got a sophomore quarterback, so they're more committed on just moving it on the ground. This could be a quick game tonight. Drew Williamson, tough kid, about 5'10", 195 or so. He is their primary running back, and he's really come on. He's had a couple of touchdowns last week. He's got 6 on the season right now, nearly 700 yards of rushing offense. So Williamson is going to be the primary guy, and we'll see if they can move it against this Blount defense.
Yeah, I bet we see Chris Bracey come over and touch it a time or two offensively as well for the Saints.
That'd be a good move.
Yeah, all right. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff, but first we got this message from the City of Mobile and their Kindness Counts campaign here from St. Paul's. Just about ready to get this one underway here tonight in Mobile. St. Paul's playing host to Blount, 6A Region 1 matchup. And let's take a look at our coin toss here. See who's going to get the football first to start this one here on Old Shell Road. Coin toss brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. And Looks like St. Paul's has won the toss. They have. And asking Blount which way they want to fence. So St. Paul's is going to elect to receive first. So St. Paul's wins the toss and they'll receive. Let's go down to Heather Healy on the sidelines. Heather.
Hey guys, good evening. Let's first start with the away team. These Blount Lions losing their last 3 games. The last 2 were actually shutouts, and the score of those last 2 games were 35 zips. So what do you do? What do you change? I spoke to head coach Josh Harris before the game, and he said we're going to switch some defensive linemen to offensive line to see how that plays out. For the home team, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're going to keep the run game as much as they can for this game to secure that win. The last game, they only threw the ball 6 times. So you're going to see the ball on the ground as much as they can to secure this win for this homecoming matchup here at St. Paul's, guys.
Number 23.
And St. Paul's with it. Martin with the return out to about the 24-yard line. And here we will see the Saints in their offense. And Saints offense will come out there. The sophomore, or some people pronounce it sophomore, quarterback Braxton Bird. 488 yards on the year, 4 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And they start right away with Drew Williamson. You'll see a lot of that tonight, Dan Brennan.
I think so. I mean, that primarily is going to be the game plan.
Stephen Griffin, kind of that H-back back there. Williamson, we said Bracey will come in and run it as well with Bird at quarterback. Marston is kind of the go-to receiver. He's got 14 catches and 2 touchdowns on the year. Estes on the other side. Elder, Hale, Martin, Farnell, Thompson, and Odell. The big fellas up front protecting the sophomore Bird. 2nd and 7. Pitch to the near side. And up near the 30 again goes Williamson before
Number 9, Drew Williamson on the carry.
he's wrapped up there by Chase Howard. Defense for Blount. Wickfield, Morris, Norwood, and Howard up front. Brand, Davis, Williams, Roberts, Richardson, Johnson, who's got 5 pass breakups on the year at safety, and then the freshman Jackson at the corner. Flipped out of the backfield. They go to Williamson. Williamson with just his 4th catch of the year, but it's going to be enough for a USA Health first down.
Get out the boat.
Williamson, big sturdy kid. We do have a flag on the play, though. Let's see what this is all about.
It's right over there. Let's see if we get a block in the back. No.
Nothing in the screen that said infraction, so they saw something.
Not a St. Paul's player aside from Williamson in that.
No,
Williamson in that.
Didn't see that he had any blocking downfield anyway. Could have been motion, Jim, something like that. Is that what they're saying?
John Bees, the referee, he doesn't look like he's real sure on what he was just passed along to him as what the call is going to be. Call Marston in motion. Let's hopefully listen in.
Have an illegal block on the offense.
Block in the back penalty call.
I didn't see that in the frame. You know, certainly didn't see it in the frame. Barnett not agreeing with the call. Of course, they never do.
It was going to be a first down.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be challenged with a different set of circumstances here.
Yeah, we'll bring up 3rd and 10. Ham Barnett, first year here as the head coach, was 3 years as a defensive coordinator. Went over to Cottage Hill. Now back here to lead the Saints. Bird with the roll to his right. Flings it out, able to get that one complete. And big hit. It's going to be close there on the first down. Cooper Estes, his 4th catch of the season. Leopards quickly closed.
Yeah, they hit
ball
him
there by the
right
sophomore.
at the line. I don't think he quite got there. Maybe he did on that line. He had to get to about the 34.
Looks like they're going to be. No, they're going to give him the first down. Now they move the sticks over there. And USA Health first down on a long 3rd and 10 conversion for the Saints.
Yeah, tough try there.
Bird wants to throw it again, fires it off, and it goes off Marston's hands. And quickly falling on that was Wigfall. In case we're going to rule that was a lateral, but not the case. So Marston, the senior, couldn't pull this one out. It was kind of high. They're trying to get a little wide receiver screen going over there on the far side.
Blount had pretty good penetration beyond the blockers on the corner that were trying to pick him up.
Yeah, Brand was over there for the Leopards. And Wigfall, as we mentioned. So 2nd and 10. So 3 straight times up in the air. Make it number 4. Now trying to come across the middle. They go right back to Marston, and he's got it. And Marston's out across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Spencer Marston, his 15th catch of the year, and a first down.
Watching him work on these slants in pregame, one after another, and he delivers it nicely. And Marston shows good speed too.
Yep, got a step on the freshman Mason Jackson. And now the Saints in business up to the 39. So much for not throwing it much here in the first opening series.
A little misleading conversation in midfield.
Now they give it off to Williamson. And Williamson going to have a first down and more inside the 30. Wrestled out of bounds at the 20 after a gain of about 19.
Number 9, Drew Williamson on the carry. Forced out of bounds.
Williamson, good running for sure, but also there was some really good blocks up front with all the movement. The big guys pulling and getting to the second level and doing everything they needed to do. And Williamson just makes one quick move. Doesn't have blazing speed, but he's a little bit elusive, and he uses it to his advantage.
Saints in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. This Blount defense giving up 18 a game. They have just 2 seniors starting on that side of the ball, and a lot of misdirection and formation is going to get thrown at those youngsters there tonight as you watch St. Paul's with another one here, and Williamson on the right side. Dropped by Anthony Jones there at about the 17. Jones, third-year starter, senior. Goes down low on the big Williamson to get him down.
They're just doing a good job blocking, quite frankly. And Williamson, tough enough kid, just trying to find a spot, find a lane, and exploit it. A little surprised. The success running the ball for St. Paul's here in the first drive.
2nd and 8 here for the Saints. Are 3-4, and they're 3-2 in the region. Again, if they win tonight and next week at Baldwin County, they will clinch that number 4 spot. Quickly out to the far side. Go to Williamson. Williamson trying to get up to the 15, but he's going to be pulled down short.
You mentioned
Eric Johnson with the tackle. Yep.
Mentioned Chris Bracey, who will sub for Williamson. He's a really great player on defense, but they will use him on special occasions to carry the football or catch it out of the backfield. He's on his way to UAB. Bracey is.
Yeah, going to start on he's our guest in the pregame show. Going to be a DB up at the next level, but he is just one of those players we've watched the past couple of years. Brother played here as well.
Yep.
He can play anywhere. Saints a little late on the substitution. They have to hurry. It's a play clock now at 5 to get this one off on 3rd and 7. Play clock at 1. Ooh, they barely get it off. Looking to go up top. They want Marston in the corner, and it's incomplete. Couldn't hold on to it.
I think he was hyper aware of where he was and was trying to get
his feet down.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to range his feet, but that one just went right through the wicket, and he knows it.
Bird with a nice ball.
And Marston with a good route too to get 2 steps open.
And so Ginsburg will try the 34-yard field goal. And Ginsburg gets high. And it's good. No good, excuse me. Thought the official on the near side gave us the good. So we don't have a very good angle here. So we'll take a timeout. It stays Scoreless here at E.E. Delaney Stadium, St. Paul's and Blount tonight on Friday Night Rivals. So Blount's defense bends, doesn't break there, and came up that big third down stop to force the 34-yard field goal attempt that was no good from the Saints. And now we'll see Blount offense come back out here, averaging just 10 points a game this season. The last 3 weeks, lost by a combined score of 82-6. They've been outscored. 3-game losing streak. But 2 of those, 35-0, Saraland and Theodore.
2 of the best teams in the state.
Kind of like playing, Bama and Georgia back-to-back weeks here at 6A, right?
Kind of is, yes.
So Jaden Ford, the junior back at quarterback, we saw him earlier in the season. Gives to Deshaun Williams, who comes in tonight with 770 yards on the ground. Antonio Jackson played quarterback last week, threw the ball around pretty well. He's injured, and they miss him on the outside as well. Jackson, 6'5", 180-pound senior receiver who can really go up and get it.
Yeah, he's a specimen. We liked him a lot. It's just a pure athlete, and that is a shame that he's a no-go tonight.
So if they do put it in the air, they like to get it to Myron Dunklin, number 10. 31 catches on the season, 356 yards and a touchdown. Give ahead and maybe one. Not much there again for Williams. We look at this Blount offense. Ford, as we said, at quarterback, and Williams, the running back. Miller is, again, they'll look to go to he and Dunklin, both Bale and Tucker there. And then you got Morris, who's been playing some on the defensive side as well. Locke, James, McCarroll, and Norwood up front. They're just a banged-up offensive line. That's why Dan talked about Norwood coming over from the defensive side to start at right tackle for the Leopards on third and 6. And now Blount's going to have to take a timeout as they look like they maybe want to change the play, but the play clock was down to 3. So they take the timeout to save the 5-yard penalty. Give us a chance to look at this Saints defense. Laperouse, Inge, and McLeod up front. Evans, and then keep your eye on number 8, just a freshman, Anthony Jones, 61 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks, a TD, pick 6 already this year, almost 6'4", 210-pound freshman, and I think he's got a chance to be one of the best ever to play linebacker here at St. Paul's. That's saying something. Abrams, Baker, Horton, a couple of picks on the year. Jackson, Bracey, 1 interception, as we said, going to UAB, and Zach Bowen, the other corner.
You know, you got a young linebacker, 14 years old. Look at the size of number 8. Yeah.
Right.
But you got a young player. He's not going to be familiar with the entire defense, but you try to give him the things that he can do just physically.
Yep.
And for him, there's plenty. But he can come after the quarterback, so keep an eye on that.
They'll also put him on the offensive side. He's got 3 touchdowns on 3 catches. Looking for a quick one over the middle. It's incomplete. Threw it behind his intended receiver and trying to go to the junior Tucker, and a 3-and-out for the Leopards. They have really just struggled because, again, they've scored more than 6 points just 2 games this year, 42 against Robertsdale, 18 against Baldwin County. But other than that, it's been a challenge to get things going offensively.
And again, they've addressed it by putting some of their better players from defense on that offensive line. Let's see if that's going to help at all today. They would really, really, really love to run the ball.
Bit of a high snap, but short punt. Darius Williams now punting for the Leopards, but a short punt will give the Saints the ball right at midfield with 5 minutes to go here in the first. Ham Barrett having a quick chat with John B., our referee. Heather Healy on the sidelines. Jim Cox and Brennan up in the booth as we're here at St. Paul's for 6A Region 1 matchup tonight. Both teams needing victories to keep their playoff hopes alive, and good field position for the Saints. And the sophomore Bird, after the short punt, and get a flag before the snap.
On the play.
John B. tells us it was a false start. Turned his microphone off, and now he has it on. It's wired. The switch is currently wired backwards for our official. Got some folks checking in, watching the game tonight. James Pittman watching the game over in Spanish Fort. Mr. Pittman was nice enough to give me some fresh tuna that he caught earlier this week.
Nice.
Give. Williamson trying to get those 5 yards back. Daryl Davis, the sophomore, brings him down for the Leopards after a gain of about 4.
I've seen a lot of movement on that offensive line for St. Paul's, Jim. If they can establish that, that's going to be their bread and butter tonight. And we've already seen that Bird can actually, you know, he can play action off of that.
And boy, you see a young quarterback, those completions and the well-thrown balls, get that confidence going early.
Yep.
Can carry that throughout the rest.
It's not been the strength of this offense.
2nd and 11. Right back to Williamson, looking to bounce it to the outside. Now he wants to cut it inside. Great job of pursuit there by the Leopards, and good assignment football as well, using the boundary, forced him back inside. Chase Howard, the sophomore, out there doing a good job.
Yeah, you got to force him back inside. As a runner, he doesn't want to go back inside, but it's the pursuit right there. And nice job of guarding the boundary, like you said, by this young Blount defense.
Yeah, it was a sophomore, Daryl Davis, did a good job on that one for the Leopards, and he'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Saints. Marston back up to the top. Top of the screen, Whitson there as well. Looking, hangs this one way up as he was hit. No, couldn't even get rid of it. Wanted to go high on the far side. Pocket collapsed on him.
How's he hold on to this ball? Because it's very exposed right here, Jim. I guess he tucks it into the body at the last moment.
2nd sack of the season for Kevin Norwood.
Yep, there you go.
Talked about him stopping the run, but you also said he penetrator. Actually, might have been 56, Colby Wells. And there's a flag from John B. A lot of discussion between the officiating crew here on the early penalties tonight.
Yeah.
First down, St. Paul.
No hurry.
Wow, roughing the passer.
Wow.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, penalty called against the Leopards.
Boy, I didn't see that.
I'd have to see that again. I didn't see a roughing. I saw pretty good defense. All right, let's watch closely here at the very end of this play. No.
So what? Where's the penalty?
Something happened, dead ball after the play. So it wasn't the play itself, Jim. It was something that happened that we probably didn't catch on camera. Something said, maybe.
But they called roughing the passer.
No, they reversed that.
God. Roughing the passer calls have been in the news a bit lately in football. So if it stays 3rd down, the give to Williamson, and he is not going to get the first down. He's going to be short. It was 3rd and a long 2, and now it's going to be 4th and about 1 from the Blount 41.
St. Paul's gives you a lot of looks offensively, don't they?
Yeah, lots of misdirection, lots of formations.
A lot of pre-snap motion. Just trying to get, Blount's eyes in the wrong spot. Right there, they were in the right spot.
Stephen Griffith now going to try the quarterback sneak and pushing ahead. Good job there by the sophomore Bird. And he's still on his feet. Bird still on his feet. Dropped all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Number 32, Stephen Griffith.
It was Griffith, the H-back that came up.
Brought down by number 6, Jerry Brand.
Came up for the quarterback sneak, kind of a little bit like you saw Chiefs do last week when they had their tight end come in motion and then went under center. But he just needed a yard to get into the end zone instead.
And he was only trying to get a yard.
Yeah, Griffin.
Primarily, he was going to be happy with the yard, and look what he got.
He picks up 27, moves it all the way down to the 12.
That's 26 they weren't expecting.
Bird gives it to Williamson. He's inside the 10, now down to about the 6.
I'll say this for Williamson, no wasted motion, Jim.
Yep.
He's going where he's going. And
got a injured Leopard. I think that's Norwood down.
It's a pretty good collision down there at the end of that run. I don't know if Norwood is involved in that or not.
Yeah, and he's jogging off under his own power. I don't want to. If you're a Leopards fan, you don't want to see him out for many plays at all.
Especially down here.
So it's not a to-goal situation here. The Saints can get a first down at the 2. They're in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. Williamson up the middle, pushing ahead, and he's going to have that first down. It's going to be first and goal from the 1 here for the Saints with now under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Williamson keeping those legs, going to pull the pile forward. Asher Hale, the junior left tackle, helping to push ahead with his 6'5", 305-pound frame. Now on the quick snap, and in is Williamson for the touchdown.
Williamson, the Wildcat.
Yep.
Had a pretty good idea what he was going to do. Those snaps have been a little high. Might cost them later. Haven't cost them just yet. And the Saints take a 6-0 lead.
7th touchdown of the season. You see they brought Jones over there as well, the big linebacker, to help block, but didn't even need it, as Williamson has touchdown number 7 in our first points here tonight. Ginsburg, who's perfect on the year, 20 for 20. The PATs, and remains that way. And St. Paul's on the board first. And on top by 7, Williamson with the run after the big run by Griffith. Saints on top early. Homecoming here at E.E. Delaney Stadium. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines. Our great Friday Night Rivals crew here. To the penalty on that 3rd down. Big play on that drive. A dead ball foul after the Leopards had come up with a 3rd down stop, and then the tight end sneak, if you will, when Stephen Griffith picked up 27 on a 4th and less than 1 for the Saints.
That's been our play of the game so far, for sure.
Ginsburg, high, short kick. Far side taken just inside the 30 with the fair catch. You don't see a lot of 52s with the catch on the kickoff there, but Tylen Land, sophomore linebacker, did a good job there to kick it. Fair catch. Fair catch might have been actually after he made the catch, almost kind of gave himself up there, but caught the ball, which is
that's right,
number 1 priority there. And at the 30, after a 3 and out, here comes the Blount offense back. just really struggled to get things going offensively, and it's really been challenges on the offensive line.
And that's where St. Paul's has been good tonight on the offensive line. Williamson's had no trouble running behind that.
Ford dumps it out to the near side. Terrence Miller with his quick catch, but he was quickly upended there by Walton Jackson. Gain of just one.
Here's how you play football. Keep everything inside, hit them low, textbook tackle, and you see that a lot out of St. Paul's.
Yep, Jackson, the senior. And that'll bring the first quarter to a close here at St. Paul's, where they're celebrating their 75th year of fighting education here in Mobile. Through one, Saints on top, 7-0.
Hey, Dr. Pepper says, do you love Dr. Pepper? And do you love free and cool stuff? Sign up to earn free, cool Dr. Pepper stuff and a chance to win tickets to the College Football Playoff National Championship game. Wow. Go to drpepper.com. Sign up for Pepper Perks. Why don't you do it today? You can multitask. Do it right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like all rhetorical questions. Do you like Dr. Pepper? You like free stuff? It's all rhetorical, right?
Exactly.
Second quarter ready to begin in a hard count here, and good job by the junior Jaden Ford to draw the Saints off. And while we have that penalty, we'll send it down to Heather on the sidelines.
Well, as you guys mentioned, it is homecoming this evening for St. Paul, and you can see some of those glow sticks. I'm going to give you guys, or try to give you guys, a couple of them and give them up there in the booth. Those were actually for another game, and they didn't come in on time. They didn't ship in time, so they're repurposing them for tonight. But I promise I'll try to get a couple of those for you guys in the booth.
23 years, like Dan and I don't always have glow sticks in the booth with us. I mean, it's kind of a standard thing to have. Depth charts, rosters.
Glow sticks.
Glow sticks. They pitch it over to Williams on the left side and get a couple.
He's a good running back, Jim.
Yep.
This guy is well thought of across the city. His brother was the guy for a time at Blount.
Picks up 3, so 3rd and 1. And Ford will duck in under center. Gives it to Williams, and Williams going to be stopped, still trying to push forward, but he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Saints. Noah Abrams, the sophomore, is the first one in there, and they go backwards. Offensive line play. Talk about it there, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, there's a key example. They're leaning on the offensive line. We need you this play. Penetration by St. Paul's. Really good running back. Can't get a yard.
Yeah, needed less than a yard to convert. Now it's going to. Oh, well, now they're going to give him the first down. Boy, I didn't think he got back to the line of scrimmage, let alone he had to get the nose of the football across just up to the 40. And let's watch on the replay here. That's a good spot if you're a leper.
Yep.
So Blount gets the first down. Pressure coming in, trying to scramble out is Ford, and Ford gets it up the far sideline. He's going to have a first down and more. St. Paul's is going to bring pressure that time.
Yeah, they brought it, and once he escaped the initial pressure, really a good job. You talking about making something out of nothing right here. He's under duress from the moment the ball is snapped. Look at the quickness, though. And then he's up the sideline for a while. Then, of course, you got Bracey, all-region player, no doubt.
Yep.
Probably getting some nods for state honors.
So Roof Doctor's first down, and the Leopards are on the Saints side of the field. Up the corner again. This time it's Williams, and he's going to have a first down. And the Leopards are moving the sticks here. Now Roof Doctor's
brought down by number 2.
First down here.
Bowen for the Saints.
Sheds a tackle and then straight up the sideline.
Historians would know better than I do about that number 1, but I was told that Sherman Williams, it's a retired number at Blount, and brought it out of retirement for this kid to wear.
Wow, what an honor.
Yeah.
Oh, at the 35. Needs to go quick here, and falling down is Miller. I almost would have been better if that was incomplete, because they're going to lose 2 on that one.
They've got some talented guys, Jim. If they can get their receivers to block on the outside a little bit on a play just like that, little screen, they've got a chance to make some plays because of the talented kids they're throwing it to. But just like the offensive line, you got to be sturdy with that block.
Yeah, they lose 3 on that completion. Sean Williams again, and he's going to get stood up right at the 40s. Now they're going backwards on this drive, and that was the freshman Jones in there on the stop.
Gave it to him in motion. Just a little pitch to him. Might count as a pass, actually, but the bottom line is Jones and St. Paul's in no mood to give him an inch.
Yeah, and 3rd and 14 is exactly where the Leopards can't afford to be. Dunklin in the slot, number 10. He's their leading receiver with 31 catches on the year. Ford gets it out of the backfield. Williams up to about the 32, so we're well short of the first down.
Boy, that was good pursuit, and that might have been Jones. If it was, watch this pursuit. If it's number 8, he is a 6'4", 210-pound. Look at the effort.
Yep.
Freshman, 14-year-old.
Leading tackler on this team.
What a play that was. Wow.
So they got 8, but they needed 14, so it's 4th and 6 from the 32.
I see you there, Jones.
Yeah. Trying to get their personnel grouping right. Play clock now at 5. At 2, Ford gets it snapped. Ford looks, pumps it. Pressure from the backside, now rolling out. Eludes 2 St. Paul's defenders. Pulls it down inside the 30. He's going to have the first down to the 20.
What a play. No flags, though I thought I saw.
Block of the back maybe there?
No, but I didn't see that. And I thought as the play began that there was some early backpedaling by a Leopard lineman, but clean play, great play, of course, by Ford. He's done that a couple of times, but that was clutch. First down.
Yeah, boy, up to the 21, so they convert the 4th and 6. And now they're knocking on the Dr. Pepper maroon zone here at the 21. Williams to the outside, pushes ahead down to about the 16. He'll get 5 there on first down. Just 5 on first down makes life so much easier.
Oh, yeah. Just like losing 2 is a crippler. But, yeah, you feed it to this kid all day long, and I'm sure that is the plan.
Yeah, they'll give him 6. Put it at the 15. Now can they finish the drive? That'll be big success here for the Leopards. This one thrown over the head. That's a backwards pass. Oh, that was going to be a lateral, so it's going to turn out. It's going to roll all the way back out now at the 26-yard. They're going to lose 11.
Wow.
On that.
So you were talking about, okay, now in the scoring zone, Dr. Pepper maroon zone, what are they going to do? I think right there they tried to double pass. It was just poorly executed.
You can see Ford saying that was me. That was a bad pass.
I'm sure that there was a second pass coming.
Looked momentarily like it had potential maybe a scoop and score for the Saints because the Leopards didn't realize that was a live ball.
Right.
It looked like.
Right.
At 3rd and 15. And Coach Josh Harris didn't like how the play clock was winding down, and will take his second time out here of the first half. Harris went to Blount, played quarterback here at Blount. Take a timeout. Almost halfway through the second, Saints on top. 7-0.
Hey, what do you get when you combine two craveable classics made with 3 slices of melty American cheese layered between 2 100% pure seasoned beef patties held together by thick Texas toast? Try one half price and get the other one on the Sonic app for a limited time only. That's the Sonic Grilled Cheese Double Burger.
Get the app, get the double burger. 3rd and 15 from the 26. Ford steps into this one, fires it, gets it complete at the 15. Still on his feet inside the 10 is Dunklin, and they're going to pick up the first down.
How about that? Well, the odds were with him on that one. Well thrown ball by Ford. Dunklin, we talked about him. He's a good athlete and makes a great play after the catch.
Yeah, right in the middle of 3 Saints there.
Yeah, I guess he stayed inside and in bounds there around the 12.
You're going to mark him at the 9, 1st and goal.
Great play.
Roof Doctor's first down in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. I really like how Ford stepped up, got his footwork right, and unloaded that one. Had to put it into a tight window and did. They convert 3rd and 15. Give out of the backfield. Williams to the near pylon, and they're going to mark him out inside the 1. Big handful of jerseys slowed him down.
Yeah, this is perfect. Coming right at you. Look at Williams just accelerate. Boy, I
thought he might have broke the plane.
Okay.
But
out of bounds before he reached the ball.
So 2nd and goal inside the 1, under center. Ford gives it off to Williams, bangs on the left side, and they're going to say he did not get there. And it'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Well, that's why that, look at
Jones right in the
bottom
middle
of that pile, yeah.
McLeod in there also.
No, how about maybe Williams in the Wildcat?
Or maybe just old school quarterback sneak with Ford there, but if you're having trouble getting that penetration. Now we got a late Leopard coming in. Looks like going to bring an extra lineman in here.
He doesn't even know where to go.
Yeah. They might have to. They're going to have to take another timeout.
Wow.
That's a bad personnel change there, but a good timeout. This is too big a play here when you hadn't scored in the last 3 weeks or the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, you're playing St. Paul straight up.
Yeah, and then I was wondering if they're bringing him in, if he was going to be eligible, if he was going to have to report to the officials when he came in.
You didn't want to blow it and go backwards right there.
Right. Points have been so hard to come by. Take a look at other local games. Last night, Jackson got a big win over St. Michael. And Foley leading Davidson right now, and McGill on top 10-7 over. Theodore now on top 10-7 over Theodore. That's 6A
over
matchup.
McGill.
Theodore on top 10-7. Got a big matchup here. Theodore trying to stay unbeaten in this region. UMS leads Citronelle early. Spanish Fort and Robertsdale were tied at 7. Faith leads Williamson by a score of 20-0 in the 2nd quarter. Wilcox Central and Orange Beach playing tonight. You see a lot of the games taking place north of us here as we get ready for 3rd and goal from the 1. They stay in the shotgun. Ford gives it off. Williams, this time he's in for the score.
Boy, I like what Williams did. It's just what a player like Williams will do. He just reacted quickly. His eyes were upfield as he received the handoff, and he knew right where he wanted to go. His reaction is beautiful. Watch right here. He looks right here. I'm going right here.
High snap, a little bit of a gap, and he was able to jump in around McLeod, and now a big extra point coming up here for the Leopards. They've struggled a little bit with PATs. And they're going to try to tie this one here. Nathan Jaden on to see if he can knot this game at 7. And he will not.
The point after is no good.
So St. Paul's behind Deshaun Williams. Blount cuts into the Saints lead. It's 7-6. 4 minutes to go in the second. Delaney Stadium on Old Shell Road in Mobile. St. Paul's leads Blount by a score of 7-6, but that was a great drive for the Leopards.
A number of big plays, too. You know,
had the nice pass to convert the 3rd and 15.
Yep. The Leopards showing a little offense. That should give them a little boost in confidence.
Yeah, first time they'd scored. And
Ford made a couple of good scrambles.
Yep, been a couple of shutout the past few weeks. This one now back to the 12 and out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. That is Brian Martin.
Boy, that young guy's got some wheels.
Right now, St. Paul's with good field position to start this drive here. We saw Bird throw it well there in the first quarter. They've been relying on Drew Williamson in the backfield. Now Bird wants to throw it again, fires it up. Able to get that one complete to Estes, his second catch of the night. He's across the 40 up to about the 44.
Now that's the play. You got to get some blocking, and in this case, it's just one block on the outside, but they do pretty much get it. Cam Marston, well, I say they get it. He was in the way for a while. Then his attention got taken by a second defender, but it was all's well that ends well, Jim.
That's right. Picks up 6. 2nd and 4 for the Saints as Estes heads off. Looks like he got maybe banged in the back a little bit there. Look at this formation. Now pulls it down and wants to keep it. Bird going to scramble. He's going to get the first down. It's going to be a quick design play and a Roof Doctor's first down. Let's see if they tack more on at the end of this play. You can tell it was getting those quick little outs. And Bird had it. Let's see if we got something late.
Ooh, late on St. Paul's.
Yeah, right there. It was a wrestling matchup at the top of the screen. Wesley Witten, the senior.
Hang on now. Hang on. Breaking the huddle. But they have not applied the penalty yet. And let's see if they're going to.
I didn't see a flag. Actually, didn't see a flag. They said. So no penalty on that one. And Williamson. We saw the late hit. We just didn't see the flag.
Right. Williamson literally puts his shoulder into Blount on this one. Big, tough kid, good runner.
Into Leopard territory to the 40.
But again, he got to the second level before anybody even hit him.
Now they go a little tempo and they pitch it to Williamson again. And Williamson hit at the 50, and he's going to get not much at all on this one. Good job by the Leopards to string this one along to the near side. And Darian Curtis, one of the first Leopards in there to make the stop.
I think Williamson was kind of questioning his route on that one, thinking maybe I should have cut it in sooner.
And it was on the near hash, and so he didn't have a lot of space
exactly
on this side of the field. A 3rd and 5 as we approach now 2 minutes. This time it's Bracey, his first carry of the night. And look at Bracey going to pick up the first down to the 39. He'll pick up 13, but a couple of flags on this one at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to have somebody spot you a little bit, give you a rest, number 3 is a pretty good choice.
So he.
It's like holding St. Paul's.
Yep.
Let's check it out here.
On the offense.
Yep. Let's see. Yep, right at the top of the street. Yeah, you get that hand extended around
on the
Jay Martin, the
Third
left
down.
guard.
Yeah, and it's not like Bracy didn't run right off that block. So
Coming up at halftime, it's our halftime show brought to you by Hanson's Supertex. And so that brings the Saints all the way back, and it'll be 3rd and 13. Bracy stays in there, just blocking this time. Bird fires over the middle. Incomplete. That was a dangerous pass there with 3 white jerseys around. He was trying to go back to Estes. But Darrell Davis, the sophomore, had dropped back in coverage. Let's watch Bird here. He's got 8 interceptions on the year.
There was a lot going on there. Through the hands of one Leopard.
Yeah, that was
and then knocked free from another.
Yeah, so Lazarick Johnson will get credited with his 6th pass breakup of the year, but he almost had his first interception of the season. Charleston Webb on to punt. Look at a whistle prior to the punt.
I don't remember seeing referee B before.
No. I'm with you. So it's 4th and 13.
Dead ball. Illegal substitution. Defense.
5 yards. Not going to get it all, but still going to be in punt formation.
And Jarius Houston back deep to receive for Blount. Webb with a good high kick. Houston in traffic. Catches it and holds on with Saints all around him. Good concentration.
Boy, that was probably not worth it. Not fair catching that one because he's down inside his 10.
He's taking 2 back for touchdowns. You know that those returners, they don't like the fair catch, right?
Hey, if you want to be this week's Wendy's Giant of the Week, if you're a junior or senior who plays football on any of the high schools in our Alabama viewing area, you could win. Log on to utv44.com and click on the content tab, a contest tab, and you can enter yourself for a Wendy's Giant of the Week prize pack. Rules and regulations do apply.
Hoping they got the game on DVR because they're a junior or senior. They're probably busy tonight, right?
I would think.
Yep. So Blount's defense holds there, and the Leopards will start back at their own 14. Down a point after the successful drive last time, and now they go to Houston, who just caught that last punt. And Houston has got 2 touchdowns on the year, but see a flag come out right as that play was starting. St. Paul's takes a timeout. St. Paul's thinking we got to stop here, get the ball back.
Get that ball back.
Blount's going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the first timeout taken by the Saints.
You got both of these teams pretty much have shortened this game with their play calling.
Yep.
A couple of decent throws mixed in, but for the most part, both been trying to get it going on the ground.
Hey, I want to thank our friends at AOC providing our Friday Night Rivals Facebook live stream. Of course, AOC, where we do our pregame show at their great facility right there on the Beltline, just off Dolphin Street here in Mobile. 2nd and 6 from Coach Harris's squad. And they'll keep Houston in the backfield. They give it to him. Houston cuts it up the near side, and Houston out across the 25, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds, but he's also going to pick up a Roof Doctor's first down. There's a nice change of pace back when Houston comes in there for the Leopards.
Yeah, for sure. He's quick and pretty good blocking on the outside there, and really good effort by Houston because St. Paul's did pursue pretty well.
See, did not get out of bounds, but they stopped the clock when they moved the chains. 365 yards now on the year for Houston and a couple of TDs. Looking to throw. Ford scrambles, pressure from the backside from Laperouse, and he fires it away.
He's hurt.
Oh, boy.
He's hurt. So he was trying to throw it and stay upright at the same time.
And Laperouse was looking for his 5th sack of the season.
Yeah, Laperouse was on top of him quickly coming off the edge on the left side. Ford's a little banged up now. Watch how quickly Laperouse is in there. I mean, from the get-go. Doesn't give him a chance to look downfield at all. The toughness of the kid gets the forward pass off.
Yeah, avoids the sack, avoids the intentional grounding.
Yeah, somehow.
Well. And now, 2nd and 10. Gives it off to Houston, who is dropped immediately.
Yeah, I think there was just penetration there, and Houston tries to make a cut to get out of the oncoming rush and just slips to the ground.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down, and St. Paul's is going to take another timeout. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. I think nothing else you'd like for maybe a chance to get a punt return. Back for the final half minute. St. Paul's with 1 timeout left here on 3rd and 12. We'll get a stop here. They'll call it, and you hope to maybe get a punt return, punt block, or at least a shot at a short field if you can come up with a stop here on 3rd and 12.
They got the
give, and now we're reversing it to the near side is Houston, and with speed, Houston is going to pick up the first down to the 39 as he gets 14, but probably carried and covered about 45.
Wait, man, what a play! I mean, I thought he was on the ground, and then I look up and he's reversing his field. Now, when you reverse your field like that, sometimes you're subject to a block in the back. Something might have. And a hold is what it's going to be against. Tough break for Blount. The hold's going to bring back that play. Down to 14 seconds to go in the half. It will be 3rd down all over again.
Let's see if flag comes in at the end. I mean,
did you see much?
I didn't see anything. Could be a hold there. Horton was in on the tackle. He wasn't being engaged with anyone in a white jersey.
Yeah, I didn't really.
We'll see that. Maybe we'll see that again.
Yeah, I didn't see it the first time around. I mean, that was a heck of a play. Very end of the play. Kind of a curious flag.
Yeah.
But something was just completely obvious.
Official tries to get the flag to land where the infraction incurred, of course. Let's see. Good.
Okay, watch. 15 maybe? Oh, 23. It was 23, and right, the block in the back there, I guess, is what it was, and so that might have been legit. Tough break for Blount.
So now if they're trying to still get this sorted out with 14 seconds.
Yeah, this last minute 40 is going about 10.
This will be 3rd and about 7. No, not before they have the ball.
3rd and about 12, it looks like.
Yeah. From where the foul occurred. Yeah, so 3rd and 12. The just give it again. And here comes Houston with the speed, and Houston up the near side. He's going to be knocked out of bounds, and that's going to save the Saints their last time out. But it's not going to matter because we're going to get all the way down to 0-0 on the clock. So halftime 7-6, St. Paul's with the lead. The difference, the missed extra point. We're starting to see some rhythm out of this Blount offense a bit here in the second quarter. And Heather Scott, Coach Barnett.
Coach, you told us pregame that you were going to run the ball more than pass it, but that hasn't been the case. What changed?
Just the defense they're giving us. We just kind of have to throw the football, and we're getting behind the sticks a little bit, and that makes us have to throw the football a little bit. But our run game's working, and we're going to go back to it in the second half.
3 penalties for 50 yards, 5-0. What needs to change in the second half for that not to happen?
Discipline. I mean, discipline is what it comes down to. Our guys are making stupid plays, and defense, we can't get off the field on third down and fourth down and 14. We're not playing the cutback, so we got a lot to work on in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Heather. Coming up at the end of tonight's game, we'll have our Herc Reynolds Player of the Game for you to vote on. And last week it was Andrew Murchison who was, being rotated in and out a bit, and then really came up, played great for McGill after he kind of took things over in the second quarter.
Yeah, he really showed a lot of moxie too. Took some shots and almost brought McGill back to a great comeback win. But Murchison showed us a lot. Just a sophomore, young guy, but he's a big guy and he's growing and looks like a good player.
Yeah, really found his rhythm in that second quarter when it looked like McGill was really in dire straits. Instead, they came around and battled, and McGill came up just short. Spanish Ford held on to get the victory, but Murchison gets the Player of the Week, brought to you by our friends at Herc Reynolds. And at the end of tonight's game, we'll have 3 players for you to vote on. You'll be able to go to utv44.com and vote on who you think should be this week's Herc Reynolds Player of the Game. Hanson Supertech's halftime show coming up. After this, we'll take a timeout here from Delaney Stadium. We're at halftime. Saints on top by a score of 7-6.
This is the Hanson Supertech's halftime show.
Hanson Supertech's halftime show here at Delaney Stadium. Old Shell Road in Mobile. 7-6, Saints on top. Saints jumped out to the 7-0 lead. Then Blount kind of got their offense going a little bit. It converted some third and longs, made some big plays compared to what they've been able to do the last few weeks.
This is not the Chiefs against the Bills, okay? Let's not get all mixed up. But you're right. We saw a little life out of that offense. Total yards in the first half, Blount was at 97. St. Paul's a little bit more, about 123. But, yeah, Blount showing a little bit of life was good to see.
Yep.
Made some big plays.
Yeah, we are back here in 6A Region 1 this week because although we know kind of who the top 3 teams in the region are going to be, Saraland and Theodore, of course, that's going to get sorted out next week. Whoever wins that one will be the top team in the region. We'll get the number 1 seed. Spanish Fort's going to finish up at the number 3 seed, so they'll go on the road to start the playoffs as well. But then if you have St. Paul's, if they win tonight and beat Baldwin County next week, they're in. They lock up the 4 seed, and they play Theodore the last week of the season. So if they win the next 2, the game against Theodore would not have any playoff implications. Blount, on the other hand, if they were to win tonight and then win their last 2 games as well, they've got a matchup. They've got Murphy, McGill, and tonight, next week they play McGill, then Murphy to close out the season. So if Blount won their next 3, they would get the 4 seed because they would have the tiebreaker over St. Paul's and those type of things.
If Blount won the next 3, they'd be in the AP top 10. So they've got a tough road to hoe. But and again, we're seeing life out of that offense tonight that we haven't seen in weeks.
You can see why that big matchup looms next week in South Mobile County, Theodore and Saraland. And right now, Saraland has the half-game lead over Theodore in the region standings. They've just played 1 more game so far. But Saraland, number 1 still. Clay Chalkville, 2. Theodore, Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, Mountain Brook, Hartselle, Muscle Shoals, Helena, Cedar Point, and Gardendale round out the top 10. And see the undefeated teams in there. Hartselle at 8-0. Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa 8-0. Theodore 7-0, Saraland 8-0. Halftime here, 7-6. Saints on top. 6A battle here tonight on Old Shell Road. We're back after this.
Here's a message from our sponsor, Dr. Pepper.
Hey everybody, Heather Healy here for Friday Night Rivals, and standing next to me is the one, the only Keith Watson, the Sales Center Manager for Coca-Cola United Gulf Coast. You've got a very important piece of hardware in your hand. Tell us what it is.
Absolutely. It's just, you know, we wanted to make something a little exciting for the teams, the coaches, the players to be able to win this big game, because it is a big deal. You know, you get to play on TV on Friday night. It is something special, and I think that kids and the coaches play and they coach at a different level when they're on TV, and that excitement just adds to that.
It really does, and I have to tell you, the representatives with Coca-Cola who are out there, they are so excited as well. What's your favorite part about this trophy?
I love the helmet.
Yeah.
You know, but I do drink a lot of Dr. Pepper, so that's a great combination.
It is a great combination indeed when everybody, the cheerleaders, the fans, coaches, the players, everyone comes around just for this. It's very, very special to see.
Just a great opportunity. Thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Well, thank you for being
Absolutely.
a part of it and being a huge part of this year's Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back to the Hanson SuperTex Halftime Show.
Back here at E.E. Delaney Stadium on the Hanson SuperTex Halftime Show. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan, as we just watched the St. Paul's homecoming court be announced.
Yep, big night here, beautiful night.
Yep, wonderful night for football here. Saints on top by a score of 7-6. We'll take a look at what both teams have done to get to this point. So far, Blount lost a tight one to open the season against a big rival, Viger, by a score of 7-0. Then the game we saw here on Friday Night Rivals, 16-6 over Spanish Fort. They failed to Spanish Fort, then they beat Robertsdale, then are open, and then kind of offense kind of started really struggling at that point. They got the good win against Baldwin County, but then lost to Williamson 12-6. No points the last 2 weeks, but again, in all fairness, you're playing number 1 and number 3 in the state in Saraland and Theodore. But you can see if they get a win tonight and then tomorrow next week and to close out the season, they would make the playoffs as a number 4 seed, but they got to take them one game at a time, just like coach speak, but you really have to do.
Well, it literally was coach speak. Yeah. That's exactly what the coach told us at midfield today around 6 o'clock. One game at a time, but we don't have a prayer. We have to focus on our opponent that night. Like tonight, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yep, it's almost that win or go home feeling. But they still have 3 games to go, including tonight's matchup here at St. Paul's. As for the Saints, they had that tough loss to open things up against UMS Wright, 21-14. Then the big win, got that big win against McGill at McGill. It was a game McGill really struggled at, lots of turnovers, had trouble with the quarterback center exchange, those things, but still it was a big win for St. Paul's, thinking down the road, playoff implications already in week 2. They lost to Saraland 42-14, and they beat Murphy. And then their schedule just disappeared. So hopefully you were reading faster than I was and you were able to keep up. So what they do, they have Baldwin County next week, and then they have Theodore to close out the season. So there we go. So as we said, they got the win over Murphy region win, and they lost to Faith in the non-region game, triple overtime 2 weeks ago. The Spanish Fort is a great battle over there on the hill, 41-38 the final score. Came back, beat Robertsdale. Now they got Blount before they go on the road for the next 2. So if they win tonight and at Baldwin County, the Theodore game does not matter from a region standings playoff implication standpoint. They know they would be the number 4 team and probably go to Pike Road or maybe Carver Montgomery, somewhere like somewhere up that way as a number. It'll be a number 4 seed going up against the number 1 seed in that region.
Every now and then you see that upset.
Yep, no doubt. So Hanson's SuperTex halftime show here at St. Paul's. Saints on top by a score of 7-6. We'll come back, get you ready for the second half right after this. Our Hanson SuperTex plural, Super Tex halftime show here from Delaney Stadium. St. Paul's on top by a score of 7-6 as we get ready to take a look at some of these first half highlights here. I think Blount's got to feel pretty good about how they got things going late, but it was the old H-back sneak.
Yeah, he wanted 1 yard to get the first down, and he ended up getting a lot more than that.
Yeah, it was fourth and less than a 1. Stephen Griffith took it and picked up
17, I think.
Yeah, that was enough to get them on the board later on that drive, and then good defense by the Saints kept the Blount offense from really.
It was Walter Jackson, by the way, comes up, makes a play.
Getting going, but then Deshaun Williams got brought down there by the sophomore Jones, but great ball, best throw of the night from Jaden Ford here as he got it to Myron Dunklin in triple coverage and set the Leopards up down deep in Saints territory, and Williams thought he got in, but stepped out of bounds just shy. But 2 plays later, saw a little seam there and pushed it in. But then the point after was that got us to where we are now at 7-6. And as Dan said, the halftime stats are pretty close there. Total yardage, not that much, just 25 yards difference.
Yeah, and we saw life. We saw life in Blount. We weren't sure we were going to on that offense early in the first quarter. They started to put a few things together. They were basically just making some plays. Converted a third down and long, and the quarterback also scrambled to make some plays. And
saw Williams get to the outside a few times.
Yeah, I think Williams, he's obviously a very good back, and he's going to be recruited by a lot of schools. He's just a junior.
All right, we'll take a timeout here. We'll come back and we'll get this one started in the second half. Friday Night Rivals from St. Paul's tonight. Home team on top by 1. Just about ready to get this one started here in the second half. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan will check in with Heather momentarily down on the field. But as we get ready for the third quarter, give us a chance to tell you about tonight's Scholastic athletes.
Yeah, let's do it. Jarius Houston, we saw him in the first half. Good-looking ball player. He's a 12th grader, GPA 3.67. Of course, he's a football player. He's honors and honor roll at Blount High School. Future plans. Offers from Navy, West Florida, and Florida Atlantic. And the thing about those schools, including Navy, when they get the guy on campus, he's already good in the classroom.
Yeah,
they like that. Not going to be a problem.
Yep, absolutely. So congratulations to Jarius Houston.
Here you go with Mac Conwell, St. Paul's High School. He's a 12th grader. GPA is 4.3. Sports, cross country, and track. They go together well, right? Honors and Q, the high Q team, VP of the Key Club, 4-time track state champion. How about that? So he's good in the library and out in the fresh air.
And they're up in 7A now, too, as well.
Yeah. He's committed to UNC. That's North Carolina, the North Carolina Chapel Hill for a track and cross country scholarship. That's quite an honor.
Congratulations to Matt Conwell. And thanks to Andy Citron Injury Attorneys for being the sponsor of our Scholastic athletes each and every Friday night here on Friday Night Rivals. As let's go back down on the sideline to Heather. Heather.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with head coach Josh Harris during the half, and he said that he likes the way that his O-line is playing, and this team needs to keep fighting. And the number one thing, make sure that, they didn't have a whole lot of penalties, but make sure that those penalties remain at 0 for the second half to get this dub, guys.
struggling to put points on the board. You can't do anything to. It's just so hard to recover.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, Jim. For the most part, it wasn't always the case in the first half, but St. Paul's is not going to do that. They're probably not going to set themselves back with penalties. So they've got to clean up from the first half. So again, you're working in an arena tonight where the other team's probably not going to make a bunch of mistakes, so you certainly can.
Update you on some scores here. Faith Academy leads Williamson by a score of 20-0. How about this one from the lip at the half? Theodore and McGill tied at 10.
Wow.
Foley leads Davidson in a game that'll make all defensive coordinators cringe. 30-21 at the half. Bayside leads Escambia County 27-22. And Spanish Fort on top of Robertsdale 21-13 at the half. Also at the half, Murphy leads Baldwin County 14-12. Fairhope on top of Elma Bryant 24-7. Chickasaw and Washington County tied at 14 at the half. UMS on top 35-0 on top of Citronelle at halftime. T.R. Miller 28-0 over Satsuma at the half. Big one tonight out in Sims. Mary G leads Daphne 14-9. Mary G gets the win to break a 19-year playoff drought for Mary G.
This will be their 5th straight win, too.
Yep. Zach Golson trying to turn that program around. Viger leads Alberta 20-0 at the half. And BC Reign with the win last night over LaFleur. Keep their playoff hopes alive. And Jackson beat St. Michael.
What do you think the message was in halftime from Han Barnett?
It's not like they've played bad at all. Just there's not been any quick strikes. As this kick comes all the way down to the near corner and then reversing things out all the way across the 35, the 37-yard line. Tyler Tucker out there with a big return for the Leopards to give them good field position to start quarter number 3.
Tyler Tucker took it one corner of the field and just headed northeast to the other sideline and did a great job getting it out there. Good omen for Blount offense.
Jaden Ford looks way more confident than when we saw him earlier in the season when he was playing quarterback in the first half against Spanish Fort.
Yep.
Got a little banged up there at the end of that first half on a tackle from Laprousse, but seems to be okay as he's back in there now. Williams with the give, and he'll pound it out to about the 45, maybe the 46, so he'll get a half dozen on first down.
Yeah, they're getting a little rhythm with this offense, and I agree with the coach. It's the offensive line doing some good work in keeping St. Paul's from penetrating and blowing up plays.
You saw number 55 on your screen. That's Norwood, who's Dan talked about. He's over there playing on the offensive side tonight, usually a stalwart on that defensive line. Looks like Blount may have got an early jump. No flags, but now rolling back. Ford comes back to the near side, able to get that one complete. Stood up after the first down. The ball got ripped out, and the Saints come up with it.
Wow.
Ripped out. Michael Evans comes away with it.
Walter Jackson also in on the play. Let's watch and see what happens. It's a long pass. Yeah, and I think Jackson's the one that ends up on the football. They could have got him made a really good play in the first half.
I think that was Bobby Jones might have been the receiver. And turnover, and the Saints get it with great field position. But we get a flag prior to the snap. Talk about penalties. Can't have those. Can't turn the ball over.
On the defense, 12.
Blount maybe get a
Dead
12
ball.
on the field here.
Illegal substitution. Defense.
Yeah, you're right.
So it would be 1st and 5 now for the Saints.
I think they're going to really try to lean on running the ball right here. Power run.
Williamson does just that, and he's hit at the line and falls forward for a couple, as that was Norwood who stuffed him first.
Norwood's going to sleep well tonight. He's going both ways on a very physical line of scrimmage.
No gain there, so it'll keep it at 2nd and 5. Williamson's been impressive tonight.
Yes, I'd agree. We knew little about him. We really hadn't seen him play. He is a junior, so this is the first year where he is the primary ball carrier.
Takes it again on the left side. Now he's got some room as he turns the corner, gets a good block inside the 30, and a stiff arm down to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up 21.
He's a little more athletic than you think. Watch the run and watch some of the evidence of his quickness and his change of direction. But when it comes down to it, boom, that's what he's about.
Oh, plenty.
They marked with a 26, so give him 20 officially on that run. 1st and 10, and now after the turnover, the Saints are knocking on the door here. Williamson again pushes on the right side. And
Jim, I think we now know what was said at halftime for St. Paul's, and that was, I'm going to challenge you to win the line of scrimmage. Give it to 9. Everybody get out of the way.
If we get a takeaway in the first series, that'd be great. Probably said that too, right?
And that happened, right?
Now spell Williamson on this one. Bring in Lacey in the backfield.
Okay. Very physical running back as well.
He's got 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, a lot of speed.
Quick pass looking for Marston. That one's broken up. Who said that's a loose ball?
Yeah, it went from one Blount player to the other.
Picked up and rolled up the near side all the way across the 40 to the 45-yard line.
Wow. What happened? Interception. Oh, Christ almighty. I just unwound all
Wow. That is, it's just so interesting. They were running the ball so well. Watch here, Jim. Watch the deflection now.
Entirely got rid of the knot that was.
Yeah, went off of Washington.
Yeah, Marston has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and Johnson comes up with his first head of pass breakup earlier tonight. Almost had that interception, but gets his first interception. Now each team trades a turnover.
And Blount also, Jim, with the return out near midfield.
Yep, to the 45. And the Leopards with Ford. Good field position here after the takeaway. Give it to Williams, and he'll get just a couple.
He's not getting a pile of yards, but he's a good player. He's definitely a very talented running back.
Johnny Inge made the stop for the Saints. See Norwood with a little pat on the hat there. It's 2nd and 8. Coming up for Blount. Leopards in no hurry here. See the shift there by Williams, and he'll take the handoff. Williams, big hit. He's going to lose 2 on that one. He's going to bring up 3rd and 10. McLeod was over there for the Saints. Inge was around the ball carrier as well. See Williams a little frustrated after that one. They'll give him the forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 8.
He thought he had something right there, and Inge laid a wallop on him right about the line of scrimmage.
Dunklin to the bottom of the screen. They'd like to get it to his side of the field if they can. Ford instead wants to go the other way and wrestling for it, but coming up with the catch is Marlon Miller. Miller, the junior, played a lot last year as a sophomore.
Pretty good throw. He's near the sticks when he catches it. Maybe a yard short, Jim?
Yeah, it was.
They've got it marked pretty good.
Wrestling there with Bowen. So 4th and 1 coming up. Got a timeout. Maybe Blount took one. We'll find out who called that timeout. 7:40 to go. Got an injury on the field. But Tyler Tucker was the injured Leopard, but he was able to go off. Hopefully he'll be able to come back in. Big 4th down here for the Leopards. 4th and a yard from the St. Paul's 46. Each team has traded a turnover here to start the 3rd quarter.
Now trying to get the play
yeah,
in.
I don't think they have enough. They only have 10 on the field.
Oh, wow.
But they got time if they heard. Play clock now just at 10. Now you see Ford trying to get Bale up on the line of scrimmage, give it off, and after all of that, Williams able to push through.
Yeah, good blocking over guard because you saw Williams react quickly. He saw a hole, and he hit it. He's a good tailback, Jim.
Yeah, USA Health first System's first down, but how about also Jaden Ford making sure everybody, make sure they have enough on the line. First of all, make sure they had 11 on the field, which they did, and then getting bail up on the line of scrimmage so they wouldn't have a procedure penalty.
Right. Good job. Good leadership. First down.
They convert the first down and looking to take their first lead of the night. Stood up at the 40. Noah Abrams for the Saints was there, but a gain of 3 on first down for Williams.
Williamson right about 50 yards on the night so far. They've been hard earned, right?
No question. He's gone backwards a few times, and he's had a couple of big ones to the boundary. Dunklin to the bottom of the screen. Cade Horton there in the coverage for the Saints. Now motion is Tucker. He was injured. Now he's back in. That's a good sign. Get the play off with 1 on the play clock. Pressure coming, and now Ford's going to pull it down. Ford inside the 40, stays on his feet. He's going to get up close to the 35-yard line.
He made he made about 3 good plays in one play.
Yeah, the first one being avoid the sack.
Exactly. Avoids the sack, then he escapes. He also doesn't throw the football. And then he decides, I'm just going to go north-south, get maybe 5 here.
Yep, they brought Evans on the blitz from the linebacker spot and up to the 35.
3rd and 2?
Yep. 2 down territory, you would certainly think here for the Leopards. High snap. Give it off to Williams as he tried to get to the line, was wrapped up right away. Now watch as he takes a cut there, and
it might have been Abrams at the bottom of the pile right there.
Rush Howard, the senior, with the stop and a loss of 1.
Howard's made a few plays on this drive.
And now 4th and 3 for the Leopards. They trail 7-6. Ford flips it out of the backfield. Williams trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and well read by the Saints, and nothing doing.
Amazing they got that off at all.
You can see Josh Harris not happy with how that play was executed.
Yeah, they're bringing people, and it's going to affect the play.
Something you don't expect when Williams makes the cut there, to have nobody in front of him to help block.
No, there wasn't anybody there. They certainly didn't get anybody to the ground. Evans makes the play there against a really good. Of course, he needs a little help, but they get Williams to the ground.
And the Saints get the 4th down stop. And they give now out to about the 42. Heather.
Well, as we mentioned before, it is homecoming here, but the theme is Hawaiian luau. But these 4 guys are the sharpest dressed men that I have seen so far, and you guys don't go by the theme. And it's animal print that you guys came up with. You're a group of seniors, and you do this every year, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so tell us what made you come up with this theme, and where did you get all your outfits?
So basically, we were just thinking, what's the best thing we can do that everyone will look at and be like, what are they doing? We did that. So we just decided animal print. Last year it was rainbow colors, and this year it's animal print. And it's worked so far.
It has definitely worked so far. It definitely caught my attention. I thought you guys were part of the homecoming court, but you're not. What does it mean to do it this year, your senior year?
I mean, we're trying to grow out strong. We're like the top dogs around here. So we want everyone to just look at us, be inspired by us. And, we're just trying to have fun.
You've got Jim and Dan laughing up in the press box here. Now tell us, what is out of all the looks that you guys have done, what's been your favorite?
Definitely this year's. I think, we really primed it for senior year to end off with a good theme. So animal print, probably the most out there we've done for sure. So it's been fun.
What about the flamingos? What made you choose that?
I think the flamingos are a underrated animal. They're not talked about enough. So I thought it would be perfect for this year. Really let everybody know what's going on.
Well, I have to tell you, Mr. Peacock has got you beat. Where did you get this look, sir?
So I got my shoes and socks and my shirt at D&K. It's a suit store on Government. And I got everything else on Shinesty. It's an underwear website.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, gentlemen, you are looking so fly tonight for homecoming. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Jim and Dan, we're going to have to get you some of these suits up in the booth for sure.
I didn't realize there was a Miami Vice thrift store available to shop at in Mobile, because I will go shop there. Like
those guys were funny.
Oh, I mean,
we're pretty much the top dogs around here. Yeah. Well, you got a football team on the field. They might take the title.
All right, we'll take a break, and Dan and I are going to discuss whether flamingos really are an underrated animal. 7-6, late in the third. Fourth and 2 coming up, but first let's tell you about our friends that bring you our broadcast every Friday night, including the United States Coast Guard and the Mobile County Sheriff's Office, and a longtime partner of our broadcast, Greer's and Barrow Fine Furniture. So 4th and 2 coming up from the 47 as we break from the fashion show to bring you this big play here. Blount took the timeout. Got maybe thinking, watch the fake here, right, Dan?
Yeah, I think they're probably trying to think it through altogether. I'm a little surprised that Blount was able to shut it down right away.
Yep.
St. Paul's gets the ball back, good field position. They want to run the football. They do, but not quite well enough to get that first down. Now what? Single safety back for Blount. I guess anticipating the punt.
And instead, they'll go for it. Saints go with a wildcat to Williamson, and Williamson stood up at the 50, but it's going to be good for the first down, so they convert on the 4th and 2.
That's the ticket right there, and they just went ahead. They're pretty good with Williamson and the wildcat. By that, I guess I'm saying Williamson's pretty good.
Yep. USA held first down as they had the punt team out there, then the timeout. They decided to go for it.
Williamson could play on anybody's team.
No doubt. No doubt. He had 2 touchdowns last week. He's got 7 on the year with the 1 tonight. Now looking to scramble his bird, and he's going to lose a yard on this one. There again was Kevin Norwood in to make the stop.
Yeah, he's really playing a great game. They're blocking better offensively. He's playing very well defensively. It's just amazing. 7-6.
Yeah, just
in the first quarter, and here we sit rolling close to the 4th.
Yeah, you would think it's a Thursday night game on Amazon.
How many people have just canceled their subscriptions? That's what I'm wondering.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. Talking about Norwood, just a junior on this Leopard team. Bird rolls to his right, flips it out, incomplete, went over the head of Estes, who's got a couple of catches tonight. Bring up 3rd and 10 coming up. Down to 51 seconds left here in the 3rd. St. Paul's got the ball back here after a fourth down stop against the Leopards. Bird to set up a screen, floats it to the near side, able to get it complete to Williamson, and Williamson be drugged down about 44. Going to get about, I'll give him maybe 8. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 2, maybe a long, call it 4th and 3 here, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, 4th and 3.
First time we've seen that kind of screen to Williamson.
First time. Now are you punting?
No. They do not have to get a playoff here. So the play clock is about a second behind. So you're going to punt from 43 if you do, but I think they'll be happy to just let this run out. Instead, they're going to go for a fake as they snap it up to the up man, who is Jones. And Jones is going to be just shy. So the big freshman, and now a late flag. That's going to be probably a dead ball flag, but so they snapped it to the up man, Jones, who we talked about, the big freshman linebacker.
Yeah, very talented kid.
And you can see Coach Barnett is upset talking with Asher Hale there. I wonder if that was not a play that was called from the sideline. When he was yelling, why?
Personal foul. Blue team. Against the blue. Right.
So, dead ball against the Saints.
That might have been what he was why about, if Hale was involved in that. So they hold them. Now they're going to get an additional 15 yards.
I think, is Coach Harris saying that was a punch was thrown? Yeah, if that's the case, that would be an ejection. All right, we're through 3. Blount's got a little momentum. We got the ball back. Just came up with a stop. This is going on the end of the year highlight tape.
Oh, man.
No question.
Yeah.
Peacocks, underrated flamingos. Got it all here tonight on Friday Night Rivals.
And just the straight faces.
We're ready to start quarter number 4 here on Friday Night Rivals. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines. So after the fake punt was stopped, watch at the top left-hand side of your screen. Asher Hale with a headbutt there on.
Yeah, the shove and the button. I think that.
I think it was Jamal Wigfall.
I think Wigfall might have been talking to him a little bit. Something got his attention, got his temper up. Then when he got to the sideline, suddenly Ham Barnett's temper was up on Hale.
And so Blount gets the stop. Then they get 15 yards. And now Blount's back on the St. Paul's side of the 50. Bobbled a little bit momentarily there by Miller, but the sophomore tries to turn the corner. A great play by the Saints to shut him down. So again, Michael Evans, the linebacker, read that play well, and just that little bobble threw that play off momentarily, I think.
Yeah, and also just, staying home. Great job by St. Paul's keeping the edge there.
Jackson was
there. Howard was there. Same cast of characters we've seen most of the night, Jim.
A loss of 4 on first down for the Leopards. It was a scoreless third quarter. Ford rolling to his right. Fires it up the far sideline and incomplete. Trying to go back to Miller. He also had Myron Dunklin up there.
Yeah, they're rolling to the right, and they're just giving him basically 2 receivers, one under and one over. Let him pick it out. Nobody really open on that play, I don't believe.
Third and long. Leopards converted a couple of these in the first half, including a 3rd and 14. That's what they face right here. I think Blount's only punted once tonight. I think St. Paul's maybe only punted once as well.
Kind of unusual, right?
Yeah.
For a game at 7-6.
Ford pressure coming. Flags. Ford wrapped up. Rolls away from the pressure. Now tucks it up the near side. Got a block and gets shoved out of bounds here on the St. Paul's sideline. He's going to be well short of the first down.
What good effort, though, huh?
Yeah, maybe a legal shift before the play started.
Hey, where's the ball in? You do want that penalty.
Right out here from.
All right, walk off 5 from here.
John B.
Yeah, it looks like a motion penalty against Blount. And it looks like, after he ran for so many yards, they're not getting the first down. But
nice gain on that play. They're going to go ahead and take that penalty.
Yeah. We'll make it a 3rd and 19.
Oh, big guy, big.
So you don't have to see 2 different calls in one. Yeah, the shift
and the illegal procedure.
And the procedure.
Yeah.
But they only get 5 yards. Taken away. It's not a cumulative penalty effect on that.
No.
So 3rd and 19. The Leopards. Empty backfield for Ford, who's played well tonight at quarterback for Blount.
Under duress.
Yep. Saints with just 3, but they get pressure immediately, pulling it down as Ford up the middle of the field. He's not going to have much room to run. He'll get just a little bit past the original line of scrimmage.
If I saw Anthony Jones bearing down on me, I'd take off too. I don't know about you.
And he was quickly there.
Yeah, the 6'4", 215.
He looks to be hurt. It's kind of an awkward landing. Maybe holding that left elbow.
Oh gosh.
Sports.
But it was an odd landing at the end of this play. We'll check on Jaden Ford after this. So Jaden Ford walked off under his own power, but he was certainly banged up on that play.
It looked like he was going to a party.
Yeah, and Antonio Jackson, who played quarterback last week for the Leopards, is out injured tonight.
Yep.
And you also got a 4th down coming up here. So, and he's got to come out for a play. Now do you just, at 4th and 9, if you're thinking maybe about going for it, maybe say, no, we'll just punt it now. Darius Williams will punt as Blount's defense is
playing well.
Really played well. You got Cade Horton back deep. A bit of a high snap, but Williams gets it. High punt, short kick, but see the bounce it takes. That hit one of the Saint players. Did that hit? I thought that hit one of the Saint players.
I think it did.
Blount wasn't super aware of it at the immediately. Now they drop the beanbag to indicate a fumble. Yeah, that should be Blount's football down about the 25.
Boy, it's possible they just missed it. If they did, I think that's what I saw happen, Jim.
I thought so too. I mean, it was a high short punt. But watch. Let's watch here. Oh, he's out of the frame there, but watch how the player responds here.
Oh, hit him on the backside.
Ooh. Yeah, and you can also tell because, but Blount's not going to get.
Wow.
The football. Oh, that one was missed, but the Leopards defense comes up with a big stop on that one. Wow. Damon Williams, sophomore, makes the tackle on that.
What a play by the sophomore Williams on that run attempt by St. Paul's.
Blount would have had it at the 25.
Big break. Big break.
And you could tell it hit him because the way he also responded immediately. The same player that it hit, it was Madden Kern. He immediately went after the football. He knew that ball was loose.
Wow.
Now the Leopard defense again. Williams in there leading the charge. Also Chase Howard, the sophomore.
They're like, take the ball.
Boy, the momentum of this game has changed on that fake punt penalty.
Play action throw.
Yeah.
After running the ball so well to start the half for St. Paul's. Interception down by, and that was returned.
Yep, 3rd and 12. Each team's had a turnover, and each team's been stopped on 4th down here in the second half. And a timeout called for by St. Paul's. difference in this game, just that missed extra point. And a big 3rd down and 12 coming up here. But while the timeout called for by the Saints, we can tell you about more great friends that bring you these Friday night broadcasts, including Hanson Supertex, the Andy Citron injury attorneys, also the Alabama Orthopedic Clinic, and Wendy's. So 3rd and 12. Try to run it a couple of times. You're down deep on your own end. You got a quarterback who's thrown 9 picks on the year.
Yeah, you certainly have to be really careful right now. I mean, you're lucky to have the football.
Yep. Let's go down to Heather for an injury update. Heather.
Yeah, I've got an update on Jaden Ford. He just got done talking with head coach Josh Harris. He was holding his left elbow, and now he's just sitting down on a trainer's table, just holding that left elbow, sitting down right now, guys.
All right, thank you, Heather. So here we go, 3rd and 12 at their own 24. Williamson back with Bird. Fake it to him. Throw it out the other way. Intercepted. Picked off as that one is Daryl Davis for the pick 6 Leopards.
It's almost like Blount is playing with 12 or 13 people the last few times that St. Paul's has had the ball.
Flag on the play over on the far side of the field.
Boy, this Blount defense has been lights out.
So,
you know, it's interesting, Jim. We talked about they've got to be careful because of the young quarterback, and he's thrown a few picks and on and on. Well, the screenplay usually is a pretty cautious play.
Yep. Sophomore Davis went up and got it. Let's watch here. Had pressure coming, but Davis stepped right in front of Spencer Marston. All right, so penalty was against St. Paul's. Touchdown. Leopards, who have their first lead of the game. Another angle. Got tipped a little bit.
It did. It got tipped. He was going for Marston. Never got close to Marston. Got a lot closer to Hale.
And now the Leopards will go for 2 to try to get that point back. They missed on their first half touchdown. And Ford back in there at quarterback. Reverse double, throw it to the near side. It's Ford who's got it for the 2-point conversion.
Boy, they went deep in the playbook for that one, Jim. There's your 2 points right there. You ought to give him 3. My goodness.
What a play. Pressure tip. Daryl Davis. Touchdown Leopards. They go to Williams, back off to Dunklin, and back to Ford. And now a 7-point lead for the Leopards with 8 to go. So, as Heather told you, they were looking at Jaden Ford's left elbow. He was able to use both hands to catch that one on the 2-point attempt that Blount pulled. That play did not look like a team pulled off by a team that's been struggling to score points all year.
No, that's the old Philly special right there from a few Super Bowls ago. And they executed that beautifully.
And
well, they played hard tonight.
Their first lead of the game, and after that should have been their ball after the punt. Their defense was fired up.
My gosh, we haven't seen them like that all night.
2 big stops on the first 2 runs.
And then the pick.
So here we go. Goes to Williams. Pitches it back off to Duncan, and Nick Foles back. Oh, no, it's back in the corner there to Jaden Ford. What a throw by Duncan. Oh, what a catch. Yeah, it was tipped and pulled in. And up the middle. This is Bracey with a good return up to the 40-yard line. We were just saying, we haven't seen him much on offense.
No.
Wonder if you might see a little more of him.
You might have to see him on offense by necessity here with about 8 remaining.
Yeah, that kind of started at the beginning of the year. The plan was for him to be the full-time running back and to play on defense, and then just too much wear and tear, so they go with Williamson for the majority of the carries, and you can see why. And here's another big one up the left side. Williamson into Blount territory and maybe more. Williamson inside the 10 goes 60 for the Saints.
Who needs Bracey? Williamson with that 60 now, over 140 on the evening. Watch this. There is nothing special there except the kid that wants it. Runs right by the safety.
Yeah, the freshman Richardson tried to go up high on Williamson, and now the Saints going to line up and go for 2. Do we have a whistle? That tops it off to Jones, and they get it to take the lead. How about that?
How about that?
So, like, Blount was not ready for it. I thought I heard a whistle. Blount player's still standing there like they thought. So we watch the replay here. Jones falls in.
I don't know that everything was set into. I don't know. I wasn't ready for the play, just my own internal clock.
So how about that gutsy call to go for 2 to take the lead? And Saints coach Ham Barnett just got the word it was okay.
Oh, they're faking it. They're faking it like it's a timeout.
Yeah, you saw the player coming off,
but
acting like he was coming off.
Isn't that illegal motion?
He's running back away from the line.
I thought I saw some movement on the line too. That was obviously a deception play because nobody knew exactly what was going on.
But how about your kicker has not missed a PAT all year, so you know you can. Okay, so one comes off.
And now what? Look at the lineman. I don't know. I guess that was after the ball was snapped. They never really engaged the defensive line.
So,
well, we thought we saw a great trick play for 2 down the other end.
See your trick play and raise you a trick play.
My goodness.
And taking the lead. So as I was saying, Drew Ginsburg hasn't missed a PAT all year, so like you knew you could tie the game at 14 instead. So we're going to take the lead. And Ginsburg to kick off. He usually kicks them kind of high. He's only put 2 through the end zone this year. Like to pooch him to the near side. Does again. Blount calls for the fair catch at the 28. This Miller.
All that great defense from Blount, and it was
one play.
One taken away by Williamson, getting some good blocking on the left side. And
how about the return of Lacey getting it out to the 40?
Lacey gets it out to the 40s.
Bracey out to the 40.
But who knew he was about to set up a 60-yard touchdown run?
Yeah, and we've talked all night. They have not been big, explosive plays for either team.
No, and after that display we saw the last time that they had the ball, that was the last thing we were really expecting.
So Ford back out here for the Leopards. Motion to Miller. Miller takes it and tried to turn the corner, but Laperouse in there to bring him down.
Yeah, penetration there, Jim. Middle of the line, push the runner deeper than he wanted to be. Laperouse able to clean up on the edge.
Again, they go backwards on first down. Loses a couple. I feel that Blount team right now. You got to be kind of shaking. Like, what just happened?
I know. Well, especially that 2-point conversion.
Yeah. After you just had taken the lead. And behind the sticks again.
You think we're thinking that? You know Blount is.
Deshaun Williams back there with Ford. Looking for the near side. That one hung up in the air and picked off. Cade Horton with his 3rd interception of the season. That one just kind of hung up in the air on Ford. And Horton comes up with the pick. Again, pressure coming.
Boy, that was
Jones
right up the gut. And you're talking about 6'4" kid. He's going to affect the throw.
Yep.
And you can see what they do with him, Jim. They just, wow, good night.
Yeah, they try to go.
There's our guy again.
Yep. They've been trying to go to Miller instead, come up with the pick, and then Norwood comes in to make the stop on Williamson.
And as far as Jones defensively, he's young like that. You just put him in a position to make some plays. He doesn't have to know the defense, cover to cover. And with the skill set and size he's got, he's going to make some plays that are really going to affect
the wingspan being in front of the quarterback.
Going to affect the quarterback. And, he's a great athlete, too.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. As we approach the halfway mark of the fourth, Williamson puts his head down and he's going to get about 3. 3rd and 10 coming up. Maybe 3rd and 11 for the Saints.
A number of guys on that Blount team who play with a lot of heart tonight, and certainly number 9 for St. Paul has done the same.
Got a Blount player down. Looks like just cramps. So hopefully he'll be okay and be able to quickly bounce back up. Might be Sion Morris. And yep, looks like he's able to work that cramp out for Morris. So as he gingerly makes it over to the Blount sidelines, tell you about our friends at USA Health, the part of Friday Night Rivals, as are the Roof Doctors. Welcome them to our broadcast this year. And Herc Reynolds will have our Herc Reynolds Players of the Game at the end of tonight's contest for you to vote on, and also the City of Mobile and their Kindness Counts campaign. 3rd and 11. Give Williamson. Took a big lick there from Williams, and he's going to be a few yards short of the first down. From the 37, 4th and 3 coming up. Looks like Coach Barnett's going to not even hesitate and keep the offense out here on the field.
Williams has got 151 yards on the night now, including that 60-yard strike moments ago. Good player.
St. Paul's working the play clock all the way down here. It's inside 10 now on 4th and 3. Williamson breaks one tackle and then is going to be stopped short of the first down, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. He's going to be a little bit short. He's a little slow to get up at the end of the play, but we're going to find out what this flag is.
Well, this would be such a big win for Blount, and it would be such a heartbreaking loss if they don't pull it out.
Boy, that's not a good sign for the Saints.
No. Wow.
Williamson hobbles to the near sideline.
He's been the heart and soul of this team tonight.
No doubt. I'm guessing if Saints get the ball back, you'll see Bracey back there now. Wow. Yeah, so St. Paul's gets a fresh set of downs. It came in, the flag came in late at the end of the play, which could have very well been when the face mask took place.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
It was really
another bad break for Blount.
Yeah, let's see if we can see it. Yeah, it does look like There's some contact with the face mask there. That official didn't see it. It came from the back judge. So Bracy will come in to replace Williamson. What do you know about Williamson, Heather?
Down on the bench right now, just stood up. They're taking a look at that right ankle. They just put some pressure on it. He's now standing up and he's taking baby steps. And when I say baby steps, I literally mean baby steps. Now hobbling along. So I'll give you an update as soon as we know more, guys.
Thanks, Heather. First down here for the Saints with 4 minutes to go. Bracy, nothing doing there.
Boy, that penetration by Blount, we've seen time and time again here in the second half.
Chase Howard, the sophomore, his brother was a great player for this Leopard team. Bracy going to lose one. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining there, as you see. It was 7-6 at the half, and then 14-7. Blount took the lead after a pick 6 and a 2-point conversion, and then St. Paul's immediately responds after that kickoff. They go 60 yards with Williamson for the touchdown, and they run their own 2-point special play to take the lead 15-14. Bracy gets a couple.
Yeah, less conventional than a reverse in the pass for sure.
Yep. Now 3rd and 7 as we're inside 3 minutes left in this one.
Sorry, I didn't defend you.
Drew Gilmore is 3 of 6 now on field goals. Missed one in the first half.
I think they'd rather, well, I won't speak for them. Let's just see what happens here.
Bracy, right side, he's got a first down as he's inside the 15. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Bracy. Spun through the tackle and blows right through the Dr. Pepper maroon zone in for the 27-yard touchdown.
Watch him carefully. Is he down? I don't think so, but watch. He was on. Well,
he stayed on top of Williams. Now the officials are talking things over. Bracy was our guest on the pregame show.
Wonderful kid to talk to.
After the conversation, the officials confirm it is a touchdown.
Wow.
Bracy got just slung down, but he landed on the Blount play. I think he landed on the linebacker Williams and got his feet back underneath him and in for the touchdown. And now St. Paul's trying to make this an 8-point lead here with 2:23 left.
Could anything else go against Blount? I mean, he made the play, but wow.
Ginsburg stays perfect on the year on his PATs. And St. Paul's now up to an 8-point advantage. Let's watch this again.
You be the judge here. Any part of him on the ground, or is he on the player? He's on the player, and I don't think there was an elbow down or anything like that would stop the play. And it's an unusual play, but they might have got it right. He got it right. He did what he needed to do.
Yep, he just
put
his hand down, which is fine.
Yeah. I think the key was he never had his elbow on the ground.
Right. And as he flipped over, his legs were just in the running position and kept going. And
great self-awareness.
It's going to UAB.
I think they'll be happy to have an athlete like that at UAB.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying he's the first ever, but he's good enough to play a lot of places.
Houston and Tucker back deep, but the Saints have not kicked it deep tonight. They've instead, like the pooch kick, to around the 30 each time. And they'll do the same thing here, and fair catch called for right at the 30. And now Blount needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this one with 2:22 to go.
Was it the pregame show that we were talking about how when we go into these games this year, what we think might happen almost never happens.
It was the pregame show.
And,
yes.
and isn't this one of those games, too?
Yeah. And for the most part, we have had great games on Friday Night Rivals this year.
In HD, by the way, this year. Great production value from our guys behind the scenes.
So Ford stays in it. Quarterback. So Blount has to take a timeout after the kickoff because they were going to get a delay of game penalty.
Yeah.
And now they have just one left. So still a lot of time. Blount has not shown a lot of deep shot, opportunities to be taken advantage of tonight.
Yeah, the last throw he tried to get downfield, he was rushed on the play by Jones and ended up getting it picked off.
Now they're going to try another double pass again. Dunklin wants to air it out, heaves it up the far side. It hangs up forever, and it's overthrown a little bit. Wow, as he had Miller down there, and boy, Dunklin's got an arm.
He does. A little late with it because Miller had a step or two, and then it was going to come down to a jump ball. No one catches it. That had a little bit of success dripping off it just a bit.
So instead it brings up a 2nd and 10. Ford rolls out. Pressure from Inge. Ford.
Looks like that's complete.
Fire, yes. Great catch. Over on the far side, and is going to move the chains. Roof Doctor's first down.
Look, the clock has stopped with the chains, and maybe because he was out of bounds as well.
Yep. Rolled out. Ford to the far side as we one tick over 2 minutes left. Ford again quick. That one short hops as he was trying to throw it around Anthony Jones, and again just his presence can affect the delivery from a quarterback.
I don't think we've seen a freshman that had those measurables, and then and he's also a very good athlete. He's going to be a terrific player.
They call him Tank. Second and 10 at the 41. Williams up the middle, near midfield.
Near the first down, but not quite.
Yep, going to be just a little short. Going to bring up 3rd and short. Now the Leopards going to want to hurry and get up on the ball quickly here. 3rd and about a yard. I love the poise out of Ford tonight for the Leopards. Williams in the Saints territory, and enough for the Roof Doctor's first down. So stop the clock as they get the chains reset.
Yeah, a lot of strength after contact by Williams, assuring them of the first down.
And now they'll start the clock again. Ford fires.
Nice catch.
Nice one-handed catch and able to pull it in. Tyler Tucker picks up 6. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Not sure who called that one, but it'll give us a chance to tell you. They're going to say it was the Leopards. took it, so that's their last time out. Dr. Pepper and Sonic, also United States Coast Guard, Greer's Barrow Fine Furniture, Hanson Supertex, Anthony Citron Injury Attorneys, Alabama Orthopedic Clinic, USA Health, Roof Doctor, City Mobile, and Herc Reynolds. Thank you to all of our fine sponsors on Friday Night Rivals with 55 seconds left. Just again, Blount needs to win their last 3 games to make the playoffs. St. Paul's, if they win tonight and next week, they're in, regardless of what happens in our last game against Theodore.
Speaking of Theodore, they were tied with McGill at the half.
Now Theodore leads 30-10 in that game. Second and 4 for the Leopards. Empty backfield for Ford. Ford pressure coming, hit.
Yeah. I was going to say it's not empty anymore.
Ball came out. Wrestling match. And the clock is still running. Ford is still down at the top of your screen. Both players claiming to have possession. McLeod was there, and now let's watch here at the hit. Lapperouse with the hit.
There you go. There's
and
okay.
Now Howard Norwood with the recovery.
That kid's played his heart out both ways tonight.
And Ford, who has taken a lot of hits here in the second half.
So you got a player down. That's giving everybody a chance.
Yeah, so watch. So there's the
53 seconds.
But it's a fumble, so the clock, would keep running, but usually the officials will stop it here while they figure out who's got the ball.
Exactly.
If
they didn't do that.
Yeah, if they would have said no, it was an incomplete pass, that would immediately stop the clock. As Ford hobbles off. Now who are you going to bring in at quarterback? I think maybe the way we've seen Myron Dunklin throw the ball for the Leopards here tonight.
Yeah,
but then who are you going to throw it to?
Well, true. We might see a wildcat situation here offensively. Try to get a big run on the play, but it would appear that that's it for Ford tonight.
Yeah, with all that time that came off. Instead, they're going to go to the freshman Isaiah Dunnigan. And at quarterback now, they wind the clock again. And so it is rolling here. Dunnigan, and now yet another whistle. This one's going to be against Blount.
Dead ball. Procedure penalty against Blount.
Well, you can see that coming.
Yeah.
A lot of disorganization on the line of scrimmage right there. You had the freshman come in at quarterback. You're begging for a problem there. Fact is, Blount's about 50 yards away from
potentially giving themselves a chance to tie this.
Exactly.
You got 21 seconds left, and St. Paul's with 3 up on the line of scrimmage, and then everybody just this side of Old Shell Road to protect the end zone down there.
And the clock is rolling right now.
Yeah, and now they get Dunklin, put him at quarterback. Low snap, pressure coming. Dunklin rolling out. He'll be brought down by Johnny Inge, and that'll bring this game to a close. So just not even a chance to get anything off there for the Leopards. And Inge comes up. He'll get credited with his 3rd sack of the season here. And our Dr. Pepper player of the game is Drew Williamson. Had that big 60-yard run, left with Looked like an injured ankle with 4 minutes to go in this game, but still had a big night. Had
151 yards, I believe, Jim, somewhere around there.
So he gets the
154.
Dr. Pepper one-of-a-kind player of the game as St. Paul's keeps their playoff hopes alive, knocks Blount's playoff hopes into next season. Take a timeout, come back and wrap it up from St. Paul's. With even the record on the year 4-4, now 4-2 in region play. Good one here tonight from St. Paul's, with the Saints hold on to get the victory. Come from behind in the fourth quarter, 22-14 to knock off Blount. And let's go down the field with Heather.
Coach, you told us earlier this week that this team rallies behind you. They find a way to win. Middle of the fourth quarter, they turn on the Jets. How'd they get it done?
They fought. Like going into halftime, it felt like we were losing the football game. We talked about just playing with our attitude and our effort and being a St. Paul Saint, and they responded in the second half. So I was really proud of that. They did rally around each other, which I was really proud of. And Chris Bracey came in, and he's been a little banged up, but he came in and he ran the ball hard and played great defense for us as well.
One win down, one win to go. What is the mindset going into Baldwin County week?
We're going to enjoy this tonight, like every coach said.
24-hour rule?
There might be a little bit more than 24 hours. We're going to enjoy this tonight. It's homecoming. These boys can go up here to dance and have a lot of fun. We'll focus on Baldwin County on Sunday, but I just can't say enough about this team and how proud I am to be their coach.
And Dr. Pepper has a game-winning trophy for you.
Awesome.
Coach Ann. On behalf of Coach Cola United and Dr. Pepper, we want to say congratulations on a hard-fought win.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Guys.
Win here tonight for St. Paul's, and our Herc Reynolds players of the game nominees: Drew Williamson, Spencer Marston, and Jaden Ford. You can go to Herc Reynolds, go to our website, utv44.com, and vote on the Herc Reynolds player of the game. Gutsy win by the Saints here tonight.
Big win. Enough that went on in the fourth quarter. We're still not sure what went on in the fourth quarter, but the final score, Saints win by 8.
Saints score 15 unanswered to come back to win this one here tonight. They get a win next week against Baldwin County. They're in the playoffs. Blount season, it's got 2 more games in it. They won't be going to the postseason, but definitely saw their offense pick things up a little bit here tonight. For Dan Brennan and Heather Healy on the sidelines, I'm Jim Cox for our great Friday Night Rivals crew, including Vincent Early, our director, Christian Henkel, our statistician, saying good night from Old Shell Road, where the Saints get the win and one step closer now to going to the postseason.